Hey everyone, welcome back to Yash Talks Cinema, where we explore the most powerful stories ever told on screen, the ones that stay with you long after the credits roll. Today we're diving into one of the most emotionally devastating yet deeply inspiring films of the 2010s, The Impossible, 2012, starring Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor, and a young Tom Holland in one of his earliest and most memorable performances. The movie holds a solid 7.5 out of 10 rating, and for good reason. It's based on a true story that reminds us of the sheer power of survival, family, and hope when everything else is destroyed. Set against the backdrop of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, The Impossible begins like a peaceful family holiday. Henry, Maria, and their 3 sons arrive in Thailand for what's supposed to be a relaxing Christmas vacation. The warmth of the tropics, the joy of being together, it all feels perfect, almost too perfect. And then within moments, nature turns their paradise into chaos. A colossal wall of water crashes through their resort, shattering everything in its path. What follows is one of the most intense and realistic disaster sequences ever filmed. A brutal, breathtaking moment that puts you right there in the water with them. You don't just watch the destruction, you feel it. But The Impossible isn't about the disaster itself. It's about what comes after. It's about the human spirit's ability to endure when the world falls apart. Maria and her son Lucas are swept away together, and in their desperate struggle to survive, we see a bond that goes beyond words. Lucas, played brilliantly by Tom Holland, goes from being a carefree kid to someone far wiser and stronger than his years. He becomes his mother's protector, her hope, her reason to keep going. On the other side, Henry, played by Ewan McGregor, searches desperately for his missing family, refusing to give up even when the odds seem impossible. His determination, the raw emotion in his eyes, captures the essence of what love truly means. The emotional weight of this story lies in its authenticity. Every scene feels painfully real. Director Bayona doesn't rely on exaggerated effects or forced sentimentality. Instead, he lets the story breathe through small, human moments, the trembling of a hand, a whispered name, the flash of recognition in a crowd. All these little details build an overwhelming sense of empathy. You realize that The Impossible isn't just about one family's tragedy. It's about every life touched by that tsunami, every person who faced loss. Naomi Watts delivers one of her career's most powerful performances as Maria. She portrays both physical and emotional pain with such honesty that you can't look away. Her scenes in the aftermath, the injuries, the exhaustion, the love she still radiates toward her son, they're unforgettable. It's no surprise she earned an Oscar nomination for her performance, and opposite her, Ewan McGregor gives one of his most heartfelt portrayals as a father, torn apart but unwilling to stop searching. There's one phone call scene that captures the heartbreak of separation. It's simple, but it's devastating. You can feel the helplessness and the love all at once. What truly makes The Impossible special is that even amid all the destruction, it never loses sight of compassion. The strangers who help each other, the doctors, the volunteers, the people who share food, clothes, or just a comforting word, they all remind us that humanity shines brightest in our darkest moments. The film becomes not just a survival story, but a story of connection. How in times of chaos, we still reach out, we still care, and we still love. By the end, you're left emotionally drained, but also uplifted. It's not just a film about surviving a tsunami. It's about surviving life's hardest storms, both physical and emotional. It reminds us how fragile we are, and yet how incredibly strong we can be when love is our driving force. If you haven't seen The Impossible, prepare yourself. It's not an easy watch, but it's a necessary one. It's a film that will move you, challenge you, and stay in your heart long after it ends. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Yash Talks Cinema for more heartfelt journeys through stories that show the strength of the human spirit. See you in the next one.